Hello friends, welcome to today's stream. We're in a very interesting stage of the project, and by interesting I mean I haven't done anything this week. Hello there, Minimancer.
Excuse me, Brent.
Hey Rocket.
Hey, mate.
Bum, 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 bum. No, I haven't actually done an awful lot this week at all, mate. It's been I had a busy week at work, and then the X-Men released on Marvel Champions, which has been where I've spent most of my time this week. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Played through the campaign. Which is excellent. It's excellent. No, look, it's. I'm not even a little bit concerned, mate. This is a project of several weeks or potentially months. That's okay.
Excuse me, Brent.
Hey, Rocket.
Hey, mate. Okay, I'm leaving now.
All right, see ya. So, but yeah, I should, if everything goes to plan, get a little bit more back into it this week.
Bye, Hugo. You got food and everything.
See you, Mum. G'day, Gallify. How are you, mate? Rocket got a new car yesterday. She's pretty excited. Gallify, thank you, mate. We're well, look, I think we're probably pretty far progressed for for a big project. I mean, we've only been painting it for what, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. So there's a lot of models, a lot of detail. So Excellent. Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's look, all the models I've made really good headway on. You know, they're all really well progressed. So it's interesting that when I've added different elements to my projects, like with Camelot, it was the building of the elaborate base. And the thing that tends to stall me out on projects like this is rarely actually the painting. It's other things. It's the things that I'm just like, how do I solve for this problem? So I just feel like I need time to think and plan and solve the problem. And in this instance, the problem that I'm having at the moment is my moon LEDs. So I've solved for all of the, how do I position the LEDs and, you know, all of these elements. But what I haven't solved for is the actual construction of the LED circuit, because I have now unfortunately blown 2 of those moon LEDs, blown them out because I haven't done the fuses and the resistors properly. So I need to learn how to calculate my resistors and so forth properly, so that I don't blow out the third one which I purchased. G'day, Sammy. But you know, it's like $4 for that LED, so it's not that big a deal. It's more just the time it takes to replace it. I ordered 2 initially because I was like, I need a backup in case I fuck one, and then I fucked 2, so I had to order another one. But it's okay. Yeah, get Steve Harrington back. That's the problem. I was like, Steve-o, I need your expertise, mate. How do I wire this circuit? Help a brother out. Mini Manson knows what's up. What's up? Mr. Sandman, give me a dream. G'day, Jared. Hey, buddy, you alright? Lunatic. Poor little guy has got some sort of irritation in his ear today, or yesterday. So he's just been scratching away. And so we ended up putting his cone on, which he's really happy about. So every time he looks at you, he's just got this fucking depressed look on his face. Oh, take the cone off, Uncle Dad. I fucking hate it. Yeah. Well, what'd you get, Sammy? What'd you get from Kickstarter? I'm waiting on a couple that are due pretty soon, actually. We've got Aeon Trespass Odyssey, which they confirmed yesterday is on boats and en route, which is exciting. Got Oathsworn a couple of months ago, which is from 3 years ago. Yeah. Got a few... Orchid pots. Awesome. Well, that's not all that helpful, is it? It's such an interesting thing. Because I was talking to someone yesterday. My girlfriend got her car, right, which we ordered in December, and so we were basically talking about, well, fuck. Imagine if your circumstances had changed, which her circumstances have. When we ordered the car, she was living in a house that was not my house, and now she's living in my house. I have to park my car on the street because I've only got one car park. Now, I think we probably still would have bought her car, but I also got a new car this week. And so we were just talking about, well, fuck, there's obviously an impact on people when there's a delay in buying things. Like, you expect a delay of a month or whatever when you buy a new car. But at the moment, the place we were talking to, there's a 3-year wait for certain types of cars at the moment. For a Toyota RAV4, you have to wait 3 years before you get the RAV. As if you would ever buy a car for 3 years in the future. That's just outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. You know? I think it is anyway. Gotta get myself right out of here. Hey, buddy. Deno, piece of advice, number 7000. Always try and position your models on the base and paint. things together, especially in this sort of project. Don't think I need you on anymore. Yeah. Hey, buddy. Hey, come here. No, don't run away from me, you little buffhead. I'll give you a treat. Do you want a treat, Conehead? He's a bit smart for me. Of course I need the fucking thing again. Go, Wampa? Nah. Mate, I've spilled that many open Citadel pots, it doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, so I got a brand new car this week, which is a Ford Ranger Wild Track. It's fucking awesome. Absolutely fucking awesome. It's current model, and it's just got so many whiz-bang features, I tell you what. Yeah, no, I'm pretty good at reverse parking. Rocket's not; she can't reverse park to save her life. But I've been driving a Hilux for the last 10 years, and you just reverse parking is a breeze. Yeah, when you can reverse park a Hilux, you can reverse park anything, basically. Yeah, it's just a cool moment, isn't it? This is Rocket's first ever new car that she's bought. So she's out there today on her first drive in her new car, which is awesome for her. Mine's a company car, but the lease is a long-term lease, so and I've had quite a lot of new cars in my time, in my job, so I don't get as excited about the situation. I'm more excited for her car than anything else. Go, Kung Fu. Everybody was Kung Fu fighting. Those kicks were fast as lightning. Yeah, Ford Ranger Wild Track is mine. Hers is a Toyota CHR. So it's a sort of medium-sized four-wheel drive soft roader thing, hatch. It's a cool little car. We hired one. It's Interesting story. We hired one when we were in Scotland. Obviously, we hired a car when we were in Scotland. We drove around Scotland. It's a couple of years ago now on one of our holidays, and the car that we got was a CHR, and we just loved it. We were blown away. It's got heated seats. It's got all this sort of whiz bang gear, and we are just like, this is the fucking best. So she came back, and we were trying to find a car to buy, and we looked at like heaps of different options, and in the end she was like, the only car I really want is a CHR. And I was like, well, okay, let's go fucking look at one. We went and looked at one and test drove it, and we were like, well, yeah, that's the one. So we just went and bought it. Yeah, it's really, really nice. Really nice. Okay. Yeah, pretty reasonably priced. Like, it's only like, I think she ended up paying about 40 grand all up. But that included, pretty much top of the line, all the whiz bang features and what have you. Theirs is a hybrid engine, so it's super fuel efficient. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. Well, I've been in the car industry for 20 years, and every mechanic I've ever known, when you ask him what sort of car should I buy, they just go, buy Toyota. They just last forever. So yeah, I company car was a Hilux for a long time, and now I've got this Ford Ranger Wildtrak. It's fucking awesome. Exactly, yeah, that's what she's done. Yeah. Yeah. She's doing the lease thing, finance thing. It's a great deal. Yeah, it's exciting time. Exciting time. Well, we're coming up on, what are we in? Mid-October now, which means next month, November, and then almost Christmas, which is, as always, come around way quicker than it feels like. Every year it gets quicker and quicker. But every year I do two things. I do a retrospective on all the models I've painted, and I do a top 5 board games list of the year. And so Oathsworn Into the Deepwood came out this year, which is obviously a game we've been waiting on for quite a while. A game that I did some videos for. But at this point in time, I've had somewhere in the vicinity of 70 or 80 plays of Marvel Champions. Thanks, Quiz. It's awesome of you, champion. Yeah, it's like 80 80 plays of Marvel Champions. G'day, Magan Paints. This is a pretty wide view for what I'm doing, friends, so I apologise. I can zoom it in a little bit, I guess. Yeah, mate, I have gone crazy for it. So I like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I like comic books, but I didn't read a lot of them. But it's just a good mechanically interesting mechanical game. Like it's all about choices in Marvel Champions, because every card, it's a deck builder, right? You build a deck of 40 cards, and those 40 cards you shuffle through, and you play some of them onto the board in front of you in like a tableau, and they give you additional abilities and what have you. And that's pretty much it. It's nothing special or exciting. It's just a simple card play game. But all of the cards have a cost and abilities, and they also have resources that they generate. So every turn you get dealt a hand of 5 or 6 cards, and some of those cards you have to play as resources, and some of them you have to play for, and some of them you get to play for their abilities. And that's, in essence, the game's most interesting moment is, well, what decision do I make at this point in time? I want all of these cards for their actual abilities, but I can only play some of them. I can only play a couple of them. So it's a fascinating decision-making process. And yeah, 80 odd games, played through all the campaigns. So the latest campaign box that came out just last week is it's called Mutant Genesis, and it's the X-Men being introduced into the game. So I just played through the Mutant Genesis campaign. I finished it on Friday night. I was using Colossus and Cyclops, two X-Men heroes that I'm not all that big a fan of, but obviously they release character decks and character sets. And the core box came with Colossus and Shadowcat, and then they released Cyclops and Phoenix alongside it. So I bought all of them, but I decided to play Cyclops and Colossus. Gambit and Rogue come out in January, and Wolverine and Storm come out in December. So I'll buy those when they come out. It'll be great. But yeah, the campaign was awesome. I don't know if any of you have watched the X-Men animated TV series. I did when it was in my fucking peak childhood. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Well, the campaign has a couple of episodes and a couple of chapters that are similar to the TV show. The second is basically called Night of the Sentinels, which is episode 1 in the Marvel animated TV series. You have Jubilee. You're trying to rescue Jubilee from the Sentinels. It's awesome. So good. Unreal. Hugo. Conehead. Conehead. I'm gonna have to go and close the door on little Conehead, I think. Thanks, Gallowfire. You just hit 20 entries, Jared. That is awesome. Alright. I've got a decision to make, actually, in the next little while. Still waiting on Jimbo to finish my fucking website. Fucking hate waiting for other people. It's one of my worst qualities. Very impatient man. Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I drive down or fly down. If I drive down, I can bring down my computer, which allows me to set up the awesome streaming rig. If I fly down, it's way less stress and more relaxing. But however, now that I have my new Ford Ranger Wildtrak, I am leaning towards driving because it's going to be fucking awesome. I don't know. Yeah. Well, it's only a couple of months away now, so... Yeah, take it for a cruise down to Canberra. Fuck, it's nice to drive. Mind you, it's 3 months, so if I continue my normal job as I have for the last few years, that'll be about 10,000 Ks, so it'll have been given a decent spin already. Yeah, I think it's about 12 hours. I haven't done it. I've done what have I done? I actually haven't done a trip like that in Australia. I've done it in Europe. Yeah, I've driven from Salzburg to Berlin, which is a 12-hour drive that ended up being more like 15. And I've driven from Sydney to Canberra, which is fine. Yeah. So it'd be a trek. And that's the obvious downside too. The driving plan. That's a lot of driving. Okay, Paul. Yeah, I got a couple of bangers that I'll be able to listen to. Get back into the Dresden Files. The latest Dresden Files book would be awesome. Really? 8 hours to do Sydney to Canberra? Fuck. That's like I think I knocked that over in 2 hours and 40 minutes the other time. Yeah, so I'll tell you about last year's, well, the last CanCon when Craft World came over. Craft World, lovely people. quite young, quite naive, but have done a fair bit of travel. But I don't think they've done travel in Australia that much. So, yeah, well, they've never done travel in Australia, obviously. Derp. But anyway, they booked their flights and they were landing in Brisbane. Scheduled time of one evening. Their flight into Melbourne was delayed because of the bushfires. So they were circling around the top of Melbourne for 3 hours, which meant they missed their connecting flight to Brisbane. So their connecting flight to Brisbane ended up getting pushed to the next day. So they got put up in a hotel. And they're flown from Serbia, right? So this is not a short trip. So they've been unfortunately landed and then put up in a hotel, but they didn't get to the hotel till like 2 o'clock in the morning, right? So they finally got to their hotel. They wake up, their flight's at 6. Their flight ends up getting delayed by 3 hours at the airport, again because of bushfires. They fly to Brisbane and they're like stressing out hardcore. We're chatting via Messenger and they're like, what the fuck is happening? Everything is on fire and we can't get anywhere. And for those who were present during the bushfires, it was pretty stressful, pretty bad for a lot of places. However, for some places, such as Brisbane, there was literally nothing. Nothing happened in Brisbane. It was basically like a normal period of time. And then, crazy. So they finally land and they're about 24 hours later than I think we expected them. But they got there in the end, which was great. And we had a really great time for the 3 days or the 4 days that they were here in Brisbane. I showed them around, teaching them classes, or they did their classes and stuff. And then we flew to Canberra together. So we had booked flights on this day, which was the Tuesday or the Thursday or the whatever. And at this point in time, we wake up in the morning and everything's fine. I'm like, cool, we'll head to the airport this time, which was about 2 hours before. We get to the airport, and this is the day that, g'day Vipertron, this is the day that the Canberra airport had a fire in the front of the fucking airport. I don't know if you heard about that, Jared, but the whole fucking airport got shut down for like the majority of a day because there was this fire that was sweeping across the airport. Now, fucking those poor guys just come along to Brisbane. They're like, how great's fucking Australia? And then our flight to Canberra gets cancelled. So we're sitting at the airport. We've already handed in our bags, and we're like, so what do we do now? Because I was with them, I was like, all right, don't stress. I'll sort this out. Just relax. Everything will be fine. And like, what do you mean everything will be fine? Like, no, it's okay. It's going to be okay. So I went over to the desk and I got us flights to Sydney instead, and they were super accommodating. They were like, yeah, no problems. This is back in the time before COVID when everything in an airport worked well. And yeah, so we literally got a flight to Sydney that was about an hour and a half after our other flight. So it worked out that we were there not that much longer than we would have been anyway. We got down to Sydney. I hired a car from Sydney to from Sydney. I'd pick up in Sydney Airport, drop off at Canberra Airport, and that car hire was at $300 cheaper than hiring a car from Canberra Airport and returning it at Canberra Airport. So I ended up saving money because of this situation. I ended up saving a shit ton. But we, of course, landed in Sydney and then had to drive from Sydney to Canberra. And we had a wonderful time. We spent the whole time talking about Warhammer 40k, role playing, and Marco's a legend. He's a fucking champion. They're both legends, but Marco's just like this crazy guy. Just gets super passionate and excited about stuff. I love him. So, I might take you off actually because you're in the way. So yeah, that was a fun experience, and then I dropped them off at Meg's house, and well, they ended up getting there about 5 hours later than they intended, but again, they were fine. And then we did the weekend, and CanCon, of course, was pretty low attendance that year because of the bushfires, and then COVID hit about 2 months later. The bushfires, it's crazy time. They didn't have any other problems for the remainder of the trip. They went to Sydney, stayed with Kelvin, had a great time. They went to Melbourne, had a great time. Yeah, it was tough. And then we dived straight into COVID. All we needed was famine. G'day Majar Aznabul. It's a piece that I have constructed out of a variety of different things. I'm sorry to say. Cool. Alright, while I'm here, I might as well do a little bit of this gear. Tilt the camera down for this. Yeah, good call. So what else does that mean? War. Yeah, that's interesting, Jared. What? Did I use fluorescent green? I think I did, didn't I? Yes, I did. Well, thank you, Sammy. Appreciate that. Yeah, the impact of the bushfires was quite outrageous for the rural areas. The major cities, in most cases, were mostly unaffected. Canberra being the exception, but yeah, it was pretty bad for the rural communities, and we're really fortunate that our Prime Minister was in Hawaii at the time, so he was able to get on it really quickly. I don't hold a hose, mate. Yeah, and Canberra had some of the worst smoke levels anywhere. You couldn't go outside your house without a mask on some days. We were expecting that to be the case when we went to CanCon, but it was actually pretty much cleared up by then. But it's just a wild time, wasn't it? Like when you think back about it, it was so long ago, and it sort of everyone sort of forgot about it because of COVID, but it's pretty impactful. Hey, Conehead. Yeah, it was a not fun time for our country, unfortunately. Saying to someone the other day, because this sort of shit doesn't really happen in Europe or that much. I still take Australia over other places though to live, because even though we deal with that sort of shit, we don't really deal with fuckwits that much, you know? People are the problem everywhere else. Nature's out to get us here. I'll take nature over people. I'm just gonna have to go close the door, friends. He's losing the plot. Hey, Gary. You go. Come here, buddy. Hey, come here. Hey, come here. You're a funny boy. Hey, come here, Conehead. Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. You're a good boy. I'm a Conehead, Dad. Look at my head. I love it. Off you go, buddy. It is starting to get. It's starting to get there, friends. I think this has been a good moment in time for us. This little stretch. Yeah. Little buddy. Funny guy. Alright. So just gonna do this bit now, and then I think we'll put it on the actual base. I might even glue it down actually, now that I've established this. The rest of this. This whole chunk of stuff here is all resin, yeah. This is an expensive kit, this one. The whole kit's quite expensive, but it's good kit. Yeah, we'll change it to the green so that it fits in with the rest. Let me move this bad boy out of the way. Then we're just gonna do the candles in black. Before I do this, actually, I'm just gonna kill the green a little bit. Boom, 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 boom. And then we're going to do some plants. What are you hitting up against? What are you hitting? Mr. Sandman. Just for those who haven't seen, I'll give you a quick update on all the models now, so you can see where they're all at. There's 13 in various stages of progress, so that go on this base. All right, let's start with. So this one's the star of the show, kind of. That was Game Air, Scorpion Green, plus some fluorescent green. That's some Citadel contrast and some Citadel contrast, different colours. Yeah, so this is the first champion in the story. So yeah, so he's actually got a heart in his hands, and he is giving that to the king. The king is sitting on his throne. Here's the king. We haven't finished anything yet, but just building all the colours up. So he's sort of standing there giving the king a heart, and the king's like, "You're a fucking idiot. Fuck off." Good. So that's those two. And then the king's throne's pretty wild. It's got all of this stuff and vampires in the back and all sorts of crazy shit going on. So, and then the king's throne's like fucking awesome. It's got like 2 vampires hanging off it. It's great. So that's that's all relatively progressed, those models. Here's the chick whose heart has been ripped out of her chest. Now, I haven't finished painting her yet, but she's sort of mostly progressed. Just need to finalise little bits of her. I need to fix up her face. There's a couple of bits on her face I don't like, and need to continue working on the sheer clothing effect, painting in her nipples and stuff, and then fix up. Yeah, it's all about putting everything to a certain stage so you can see if everything's working together. Then we got this champion who's like a hunter, some description. He's cool. And we got this guy standing on his green light behind him. And we got this chick, the green light, and then we got this dude. So we're all progressed. There's one model after that as well. So, but we're getting there. We're making good headway. We're probably a few more weeks, I think, away. I just need to finish the base. The base is now the part holding me back. I might match it all up today. That's an important element that you've hit on there is the light source and making sure all the light sources are sort of working. I've put everything together a couple of times and it's allowed me to make some changes and try and move focus around so you can see where different things need to be, but it's pretty important that we do that regularly. Thanks, Jared. You know, Jared, it's interesting. Very few people that get on this stream actually ever get to see these pieces in the hand, and you obviously saw Hyperborea in the hand, and I think seeing it in video is one thing, but you really don't appreciate just how ridiculous a fucking task this is. You see it in the flesh and you're just like, hang on a second, this is just fucking wild. This is ridiculous to be trying to do this. Well, Miniman, it's time for you to change that, mate. Yep. It really was a big project that yeah. Yeah, I mean, everyone watches the painting and stuff and is like, cool, man, that looks cool, doing a great job, which is awesome, and I appreciate it, of course. But yeah, you see it in the hand, and it's a different experience. You're just like, what the fuck have you done, mate, with your life? I don't think my retrospective this year on all the models I've painted is going to be that impressive, really. It's been a low output year for me. Yeah, I think I'm going to do something smaller, maybe just a couple of models. I've been really hanging out to do some. Yeah, I changed the color, Paul. I changed the light. The light was orange, and I've changed it to green, so I had to fix the candles up. Yeah, my urge to paint some Kingdom Death models has increased, thanks to doing the judging on the stream, which was awesome fun. So that may be my next thing that I do, is whip out a Kingdom Death pin-up or two. Got a couple sitting over there. I do have a few board games models that I want to paint for Oathsworn, which I don't want to do on stream, unfortunately, because they are spoilers. I've done a diorama for Kingdom Death. It was awesome. Little 5 model thing. It was cool. You have to go back a fair way to find that diorama in my socials. That was 4 years ago, I think. I had a collector who was just a really big Kingdom Death fan. He just loved the Kingdom Death models, and so I got to do a commission for about, I think I did about 10 pin-ups for Kingdom Death, which was awesome. Yeah, some great little scenes. I've got a theme. I've got a plan for a stream soon, which will be interesting to see how it goes. All of my paints that you can see on this shelf, I want to go through them all and chuck out the ones that don't get used often enough. Not chuck them out, but just move them off this desk area, because I'm using my AK colours all the time now, and I've just got Vallejo on this shelf, and it's annoying me that I don't have a lot of space to work in this desk area, because all of my AK paints are sitting over to my left. You can't see that, but so I want to go through and just trim down my paint collection to these are the colours I use and nothing else. I feel like that'll be a fun stream. Might do it on a party Monday so Bucks can give his insights on colours that he uses or doesn't use. Alright, switch to the good brush. Can we skip to the good part? Yeah, I do need to get periscopes. Yeah, Bucks is loving it. Peanut butter stays on the list, obviously. E-score peanut green stays on the list. But there's a colour, like I was just looking at it here. This is called Bosch Chestnut. It's a fantasy colour. I don't use it. I haven't used it since I've set up this new desk, I don't reckon. And sometimes I go through the list and I'm like, I should use that colour, because I don't use that colour very much. and that feels like a wasted exercise. Why don't I just stick with the colours I like? And figure out different ways and better ways to use them. Hey Jared, did you see that, if you're still here, you see that fucking Liam's painting the same fucking vampire that I am, only doing it better? And he even used the same colour palette, the Joker. Fuck off, Liam. You fucking mug. Yeah. Yeah, actually, just take out one of his elbows so he can't paint. Little fuckwit. Stealing my fucking thunder. I don't know how many of you great people have been watching She-Hulk. Finale was this week. She-Hulk has been a divisive show. Many people have not enjoyed it. It's been review bombed on the internet. Probably by butthurt dudes. I just thought it was an awesome show. And the fourth wall breaks in the series were actually really well done, and the finale continued that trend in an even bigger way. And poked fun at a number of things about the show and about the toxicity of the fandom in some cases. So it was awesome. It was a really, really good show. And my friend Darren often teases me for always thinking everything's awesome. Thinks I belong on the fucking Lego movie, I think. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. But I did think it was awesome. So. Yeah, the problem is that the people who need to understand the fucking problem with and what She-Hulk was talking about, people who need to be like, hey, fuckwit, this is talking about you, are the people who just won't get that. You know what I mean? Anticlimactic is kind of the point. That was kind of the whole point of the episode. There doesn't need to be this gigantic climax of crazy Marvel battle scene. I mean, WandaVision's a great example of a show that I really, really loved. And when I watched the finale, I was like, this is awesome. However, when I think back on it, the finale missed a lot of what was great about the show, which was the craziness of the situation, you know? And it just turned into a normal Marvel aerial battle final scene. So it was just... I liked it. I just liked She-Hulk. I think it was... up there with Loki and WandaVision in terms of my level of enjoyment of it. What have we had now? We've had Moon Knight, we've had Ms. Marvel, we've had Loki, we've had WandaVision, we've had Falcon and Winter Soldier, we've had Hawkeye, we've got Echo coming out next, I think. Have I missed any? What do we think about the medium of television, or rather the medium of Marvel television as a whole? I do, yeah. And look, I have complaints about the show, which is that I would much prefer it be not just a half an hour. I want more. You know, I want to find out more about things. I want to understand deeper. And there was elements of the show that, yeah, we're just gonna turf this entire plot line. I was like, well, don't do that. I think that was a good plot line. You know? So yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying, and I have the same feelings, but when I look back on it, I feel like it was such a clever way to finish the season. I was just like, wow. Yeah, that's sort of where my question comes from, Jared. It does feel like I won't say they've lost their way, but it feels like they're just they're telling stories that are disconnected, and I think that's obviously the stories are disconnected because they're all about different people. But I think the thing that captured everyone's imagination with the original phases was that they were all connected stories, and that all of a sudden you got to see everyone in the same place, and it was just like awesome. And any time there was a cameo of one character on a different movie, you're just like, yeah, that guy, yeah, you know, and it was awesome. And the shows at the moment aren't quite hitting that same feeling. Yeah. There's just too many storylines, and I'm sure there'll be a point where all these storylines will weave together, and we'll all be like, "This is amazing." I hope there is, anyway. But it definitely feels a little bit to me like there's something missing because of the connectivity being the thing that really drew everyone in. Everyone feeling like these are all one world. This is all one story, you know? We'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm still there, I'm still watching, I'm still enjoying. I know there's people who aren't, who've sort of switched off. I know that that Eternals was not all that interesting. Go top. Yeah. Wakanda forever. But I also don't think that will. I actually don't think that Black Panther will advance the main storyline all that much, because they've got to introduce Ironheart, and they've got to introduce Namor, and then they've also got to deal with what looks like Shuri taking over as as Black Panther. So it just feels like a lot for the film to be like, yeah, and also let's fucking fix all of the problems with Phase 5 or whatever phase we're in. Yeah. Well, at this point in time, I'm still there. I'm still watching. I'm still enjoying. So, Secret Wars should be good. Yeah. Yeah, I think the one that's really missed the mark the most was Doctor Strange, because it was a show that everyone had really high expectations for. Now, I'm not saying it was a bad movie. I thought it was awesome, but it was just so disconnected from all that much, you know. Because it all happened elsewhere. Who knows? Who knows, friends? Yeah, I thought it was great fun. Like, I thought it was really great fun. And there was cool tie-ins to What If, which I haven't watched, but I ended up finding out about from the dudes in my Tuesday night gaming group. I'd watch some of What If, but not enough. Kevin knows. I am Kevin. Were you expecting a man? Trust the process, friends. Trust the process. We'll enjoy it or we won't. I watched the first episode of a TV show called Severance last night with Rocket. On Apple TV. Was very good. Very good for the first episode. Looking forward to continuing to dive in. Yeah, very cool. I will say this, the first episode felt like it was moving way too slowly. It was an hour and I reckon they could have cut it down a little. But it ramped up towards the end. Interesting premise. While I was floating around on Apple TV, I just rewatched a couple of bits from Ted Lasso. Yeah, might be all that you get. Dun, dun. Yeah, yes, it's well, yeah. Heaven knows I've tried. thinking last night, but ooh, this time I'm telling you, we are never getting back together. We are never getting back together. You go talk to your friends, talk to my friends, talk to me. Yeah, cool. Mythic Quest was one that I looked at and thought it looked pretty good. Anything that Arbed's in, I'm in for. So, but yeah, it looked like a fun premise. So yeah, I'll probably give that a crack. Is C worth looking at? That's the one with Momoa. It's another one I looked at on there. Yeah. You can tell from the trailer. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I might check that out as well. Or not. Might be all that you get. Boom, boom. Yeah, is this fine where we live? Good one, Hugo. Get him, buddy. There's dogs walking past the house. Don't allow it. Don't stand for that, mate. Alright. I'm just fucking around here for the sake of fucking around, so let's glue it all together, I think. That'll help. See you, Jared. Have an awesome day, buddy. Gluing this down, gluing it down. What's the best way to glue this? Probably PVA, isn't it? PVA may not be the best way, but this stuff is great stuff, by the way. Absolutely awesome. Again, if you haven't seen the stream before, this stuff is called Knead It. And there's a 2-part epoxy putty that dries in about 5 minutes, and it dries rock hard. Which is awesome. So yeah, the PVA would normally take quite a while to dry. So I'm just going to use a little bit of this in here, which I will, and that should be enough to lock it in place. Then I'll just use my little sculpty brushes. These two. Smooth out my fingerprints. Not that anyone's going to be looking at it from this angle, but it's fine. Yeah, I think I'm just going to paint some filler over this anyway in a minute or two, so that bit's probably not necessary, but I may, while I've got it out, use a little bit of this putty, which is called Milliput. No, this one's not called Milliput, this one's called Magisculpt. And I'm just going to make a little roll of this. To fill in here and a little bit here. Yeah, no, this is Magisculpt. Yeah, and this material is called Knead It. If you want to use it, so yeah, it dries in, a matter of minutes, and it dries rock hard. So it's really a tremendous tool that I use all the time, probably too much. But yeah, well worthwhile. And if you're sitting here asking yourself, but Deno, how will you match the colour? No idea, mate. Absolutely no clue. I probably won't be able to, actually. So, fucking fun problem for future Trent to solve. That guy sucks. Hello, Durstroman. It's exactly right, mate. It doesn't need to match perfectly. Yeah, might be all you get. Yes, if I will, yeah. Heaven knows I tried. Just gonna put a rock here, I think. Might be the go. They are indeed black candles, yes. We'll do a little bit of airbrushing later on to seal everything together, but yes, black candles. A little bit of filler. A little bit of filler in my life. Another great tip, this is just multi-purpose filler. This whole thing cost me about $12, I think, this giant container. Comes with this great stuff in it that you can just grab out with a paintbrush. And I am doing this here and in other areas purely because the edge of this rock is a little bit too obvious. Just want to reduce that a little bit. This is probably a level of unnecessary, what I'm doing now, but yeah, spackle. Whatever you call it, it's good shit. A little bit of candles in the sun. We call it parallel parking too, but I knew exactly what you meant, so and I'm awesome at it, so. Yeah, because that's what you called it, dickhead. Just trying to connect with you. No, I think Miniman's is just taking us all for a ride, mate. Alright, I'm going to run a river of blood through this area, have pools of blood here, and that will be really cool, I think. Good. Alright, the base is complete. Well, it's glued together. It's not complete. Yeah, resin blood, that's the plan. Mix a bit of resin, mix a bit of red ink in there, a bit of dark red ink maybe. Maybe just use a little bit of Flesh Tearer's red. Pour that bad boy in. Should be fun. Maybe. Might be terrible. Have to seal bits up. Cool. Alright, so I'm going to leave this now to dry. I'm going to make some plants. That'd be expensive, Tamiya Clear Red, I think. It's going to need a lot of work. Okay, let's go. Cool. We're getting there, friends. We're getting there. We're in the home stretch now. Sort of. Actually, we're roughly about the same as where we were. Da-na-na-na-na-na. 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 Da-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Yep, it's a good one. It's a very good one. And then we'll use a bit of airbrushing. We have some tufts. I think I'm going to need about 50 probably. Who knows? It's going to need a lot. Yeah, might be all that you get. And this is just a kid's block that I've drilled some little holes in for this express purpose. Well, that's what I did for Camelot. I made walls out of foam, or bricks out of foam, and then build it up. Wasn't the most efficient way of doing things, but it did look really good. So un, dos, tres, ale, ale, ale. Oh, g'day, Buxo. Here we go. Ale, ale, ale. The cup of life. Ale, ale, ale. The champ is here. The champ is here. The great man himself, Andrew Buckley. Welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Andrew Buckley. The soon-to-be streaming full-time Andrew Buckley. Welcome. The soon-to-be taking over the Monday Night Party Monday time slot. The man, the myth, the legend. It's $2. Yeah, we're going to stream all the time. Saturation generation will always be on your fucking videos. Prees Power, welcome champion. I am making little grass tufts for an elaborate base of a diorama. So these are just intended to be little bits of grass. That's exciting, Andrew. Are you painting a model for it? Yeah, I haven't dived into House of the Dragon. I've watched one episode of Rings of Power, and I'm excited for it. I might watch more Rings of Power today, actually, because it's finished now. Yeah, this diorama is progressing along, but this is one of the more boring parts of doing dioramas, is the fact that you have to do all of these little fucking things. Lots of them. Rudik. Get him in there, mate. He's got some dragons. Oh, he's done it again. He's knocked over the fucking thing again. 10 out of 10 Dene performance. You know, I learned a lesson with my what's that stuff called? With my accelerant. I learned a lesson. I only fill it up about 3% because I knock it over all the fucking time. All the fucking time. Yep. So I'm filling it all the way up because I knock the fucker over all the time. It's been the best decision I've ever made. So at worst, I lose a couple little Bobby Dazzlers of it. At worst. Yeah. That's actually what I should do. Let's get like a little plastic jobber like this and fucking squeeze a little bit on there. And then just dip things in it. We'll try that. We'll try that strategy. No, little grass, come back. I need you, little grass. I need you. I wasn't planning on gluing these down, but I think let's put some on and see how they look. Just assess if this is actually working. Hey, Conehead. What are you doing, little Conehead boy? I just missed my mum. Oh, fair enough, buddy. Alright, let's zoom this motherfucker out. go. Alright, just... This is such a bad spot to store this. I should store this behind me somewhere. Where might be all that you get. No, don't put it there, Dino. You got to paint that fucking bit. Ah, that's alright. Hello there, Nurgle Matthew. Welcome. I watched the trailer for Willow again yesterday. Fuck, can't wait. I don't know if anyone's interested, but the sequel, season 2 of Warrior Nun's coming out. Trailer got released yesterday. It was an okay show. It was okay. There was bits of it that I liked. That might be a bad spot because their axe is there. Here. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was an interesting build up. There was some good episodes, some good moments, and then the season finished, and I was like, wow. So really, nothing happened until now. Yeah, Top's a hard man to please when it comes to life. That's what happens when you earn fucking $600,000 doing whatever he does as a job. And live in an apartment in the middle of Seattle like a rich guy. You're a rich guy and you're going too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. You can rely on the old man money. You can rely on the old man, honey. You're a rich girl. Sure, buddy. Sure. Don't you know that it's wrong to take what is given you so far gone on your own? But you'll never be strong, girl. You're a rich girl. Go too far. No, it don't matter anyway. You can rely on the old man money. You can rely on the old man's money. It's a bitch, girl. Do we need more plant babies? Yes. Probably. Alright, let's make another 10. That might be enough. Might. Yeah, was going to do some different coloured ones on these ones. I did something yesterday that I've been meaning to do for about 2 months or 3 months, maybe even longer. But I have my little board game area set up with my computer and all of my streaming camera setup. And one of the things that annoys me and has annoyed Rocket is just the cables on the ground. So I finally got around to getting underneath the table, and I bought some PVC pipe and I screwed the PVC pipe to the bottom of the table and I fed all my cables through it. Fucking satisfying. Is there anything more satisfying than cable management? I tell you, I don't know if there is. It's a wonderful thing. It's fucking so good, hey? Just having them all organised and out of the way. Oh, magnificent. So today I'm going to trundle down to Bunnings, which is our local hardware store. I'm going to buy a little box for all the cables underneath the computer. Put them in there. It's going to be great. I'm excited. Very excited. Yeah, nothing wrong with the sausage. It's a beautiful day. Up here, grab a sausage. Oh yeah, that's a good call. I've just been using zip ties mostly. Well, most of my cable management under the table situation was using the PVC pipes and then zip ties when necessary to keep them all together. But yeah, Velcro ties is a good call. So good. So I packed up all my Marvel Champions, right? I packed it all away. This is something if it's sitting out, if it's all out and ready to go, I'll get home and be like, yeah, might play some Marvel Champions. Just have a little Bobby Dazzle against Magneto. See if I can fuck that guy up. So I pack it away and I'm like, yeah. Now all I want to do is unpack it and play some more Marvel Champions. I bought a new game this week. It's called John Company. It is a game set in the time of the 1800s. You play London families who have shares in the East India Trading Company. And you are slowly but surely trying to do terrible, terrible things to the people of India. Take all of their money, take all of their goods, fleece them for all they're worth, set up military encampments in India, all sorts of things. It looks like possibly one of the most complex games I've ever played. And I've played a lot of games, but this one looks like it might take the cake for complexity. The designer is one of the designers who I really like, who made two of my all-time games that have stayed in my collection. It's Cole Worley, who made Root and Oath, two tremendous games that have some similarity. Root and Oath, pretty similar. John Company is vastly, vastly different. I'm just looking at my scene. I'm just looking at all of my dudes sitting up there. Right, so all the vampires and stuff. And what is actually working incredibly well is how warm and different toned the sacrifice is. It actually looks really good. So I'll have to make sure I stick with that. And that might mean I need to change that red to be a little bit colder. Alright, I think we might finish today's stream with a little game of Everdell. Do like a cheeky little bit of Everdell. If anyone's not doing anything and would like to join me in a multiplayer game on the internet, Feel free. I'll load it up right now. Boop. Boop. We've moved to this screen. Oh well, when you're a rich girl and you're going too far, you know it don't matter anyway. You can rely on the old man's money. Anyone online? Oh, this will be good. Let's go play in this one. I am third on the list. We have a mine, which is good. There's a dungeon that I'd like. A crane would be wonderful, but I don't think the crane will get to us. It might. Peddler General Store. Clever. Yep. Alright, so we're going to go here. We're going to get 1, 1 and 1. We're going to prepare for this mine. Just in case an innkeeper turns up. We'll have that. Post office is also a good one, but it's not a good opening, I don't think. The mine is a much better opening. Maybe we'll get a... Oh, I suppose we go for the general store. There's no shopkeeper. What I'd really like would be a clock tower, actually, because I've got the historian, so maybe I should move towards that. We'll get the mine, and then we'll go for the clock tower next. We'll go here, I think, for this one. It's a good game, this game. So it's just a little tableau builder. And worker placement. So these little slots here are little places you can send your little people. This is my little fucking chipmunk friend. And then these are events that you can complete. So by having certain people in your city. What did he build? He didn't build anything yet. Where'd he go? Sticks. Wonder if he's going for the clock tower as well. That'd be annoying, but fine. You're a rich girl and you're going too far. Whee! Give me a card and a thing. Ooh, Undertaker. Is that one here? Oh. These events are pretty bad, actually, except for this one. This is a good one. This one's pretty bad. And then this spread of forest locations is okay. but also suboptimal. Yeah, Klein is definitely going for a clock tower. There's the innkeeper that I wanted, but I think Catch is going to get it before me, which sucks. There it is. I'll take the mine. Gets me a rock. Klein's going to take the other clock tower. That's annoying. Looks like we are sliding into next season early. It's okay, mine's good. Getting rock generation is often one of the trickiest ones, so we'll take rocks. We'll go here next and we'll probably play the post office. Or potentially the dungeon, actually. Yeah, the dungeon might be better. Yep. Look at the artwork on these cards. It's so great. I would very much like to be able to paint toy soldiers like this. That'd be great. We're going to go to this one. We're going to get 2 rock or 2 resin and a stick. We're going to pick ourselves up that dungeon, I think. Don't you know that it's wrong? We could go for the general store. There's no shopkeeper though, so if there was a shopkeeper, I would probably go there. But there is no shopkeeper. So we won't take this dungeon. Let me take this dungeon off your hands, friends. What a pleasure and privilege it is. Wouldn't mind a minor mole. Could potentially take... What a lovely dungeon. There's no farms. I wouldn't mind seeing a farm, actually. Hey, little squirrel. That's the one we need to try and get. So, maybe we'll go for the inn. And we'll go post office. Because we've got the dungeon now, our post office lets us buy a postal pigeon. And then we can use the postal pigeon in the dungeon. So, we'll go for a post office. Are you preparing for season, Rach Butcher? You are not. Can you fucking prepare for season, you joker? Alright, I think we'll go here. 1, 2, 3. I don't think I want to play the historian. 1, 2. Yeah. I need Rage Butcher to fucking prepare for season. Can you fucking get off this spot? Oh, Courthouse. Great card. Probably my favourite one, actually. Courthouse. So far gone on your own. Get off this spot, echidna. Fuck off. Take a teacher. I like the teacher. No, fuck off. My postal pigeon, you wanker. What did you get? General store. Not a great investment for your postal pigeon. Prepare for season. Thank you. Thank you. Nice spread of resources now, actually. Thanks, Mini Mensa. Now, look, it's a pretty simple game, right? This little number down here is my workers. So I have little squirrel mans. And these little squirrel mans get placed out on any of these little footprints. So the footprints will generate you resources. So there's 4 different types of resources. There's sticks, twigs, resin, rocks, and berries. And all of these cards have a cost to play them. So for example, this teacher requires 2 berries. And we're about to play this teacher right now. And we're about to give the lookout to someone because this is all working beautifully. We'll give it to Klein. So this postal pigeon office, as you can see here, requires 1 stick and 2 resin to build. Then when you build these wonderful buildings, these little people can also live in them. So right here, a miner mole lives in the mine. So if you have a miner mole, he can live in this for free without paying any berry cost to do so. So the game is pretty much place workers, get resources, build cards. You're allowed to have 15 cards in your city in total, which is not a lot. Seems like a lot at the start, but it's not a lot. And so all those things are worth victory points. This is worth 2 points. This guy's worth 4. And there's also events that you can place your workers on, which allow you to score points. That's all it is. It's a very simple game. We're going to build this post office right here. Hello there, Andrew Haydos, Barbados. Welcome, buddy. Alright, I guess we're not building that post office. I am winning. We'll build this post office because I had it in my hand. So the advantage of having all of these buildings in play is if any of those workers appear, I can build them for free. And that's what this little symbol means. It means I can build this postal pigeon into this post office without spending the berries, which we're absolutely going to do, and it's going to be glorious. Now the question is, do I prepare for season now so I can take this queen? I may very well do that because the queen is a wonderful card. So I think we may take the queen off everyone else's hands in the meadow. Okay, let's go. Queen. And we'll take the fairgrounds. That crane's going to disappear straight away. There's a couple of cards in here that are 1 cost that allow you to build things cheaper. Taking the crane. and the harvester probably. I wouldn't mind that farm, but I don't think it's... There's a farm here, a farm here, and a farm here, which means the farm cards, the ones that live in there, are high value, so they're going to be, people are going to be chasing them a lot. So it's probably not worth going for the farm in this game for that reason. What we really want to see is... Oh, he's got a queen. Nice. So good. Love the queen. What we really want to see is... We'll build the postal pigeon. See what we get out of it. We get a farm or a barge toad. I guess we're going for a farm. That's fine. Farms are good. Do we go for the fairgrounds? If we go here, assuming no one takes that spot, actually no one can take that spot because both of them have no workers left. We can build the fairgrounds. It's not a high value card. Well, sorry, it's high victory points, but I don't often play it. Might be worthwhile here. Has Rach got a courthouse, does she? Rach Butcher, you playing your courthouse or what? No, general store. Interesting. A lot more general stores in play than I would have expected. University. Yes, I'm going to get the university before anyone else. Suck shit. No one else can build it. Oh, Rach might prepare for season and take it. You wanker. You wanker. Don't take the university, you dickhead. I want it. I want the university. Fuck off. Oh, how did you make it? Oh, you had a crane. Yeah, the lookout's actually pretty high value. I might take the lookout. So what I'm trying to do here, and not looking great. Oh, Ranger. No. I want that one. What I'm trying to do is get 2 of every colour as quickly as possible. But that's what everyone else is doing because it's such a high value victory points event. This person, Rach, is in the box seat here. 2 of those, they're often the hardest ones. This guy's also a big chance because he's got the... Not scoring all that well just yet, but I'm setting up a pretty solid engine. I think we need to... Probably will go here, I think, if we can. I think we will build the fairgrounds. That'll also open us up for another 2 costs. Actually, it could let us bring the queen in. That might be the go. We'll go here, bring the queen into play. Yeah, I'd be keen for some wingspan with Moopsy, mate. I think I hit him up for a game the other week, actually, on online, and he just fucking stubbed me. Apparently being in Europe means you don't want to play computer games. What a joker. So I think we'll see Rach Butcher prepare for season, and I expect she'll take the Evertree. Probably the Woodcarver would be my 2 that I would take. Yeah, it was Howard. Come on, Wizards Hsu. Take an action, you clown. I hate playing online games with people who don't just take their actions quickly. You time-wasting fuck. He gets 3 minutes. Theatre. What a waste of time that was, mate. Fucking playing a theatre. You joker. Evertree Woodcarver's my guess. Nah. Cool. We'll play the Wanderer. Get a freebie. Because of the Lookout. It's an easy one. Oh, and the Ranger. No, we're not going to get that. This clown's going to fucking take it straight away. Klein, you fuckwit. I would love that Ranger so much. So much. Oh my god, I'm going to get the Ranger. No one else has got an Innkeeper? Yes, I'm going to get the Ranger. That's so good. Jeepers, we're shaping up okay here. We need some of the purple ones. I think we'll go for that clock tower. So I'm going to take the Ranger. I'm going to jump this guy over to here. It's going to be wonderful. Oh, Rach might go here and take the... Oh no, she's already got a Ranger. Yes. We're sweet. We're locked in. This guy actually... No, I'm sweet. Yes. I'm going to get the Ranger. There's no way that anyone can take the Ranger away. That's awesome. I mean, actually, she could go here and take the Ranger to deny me the Ranger, but I think that would be a wasteful approach. She doesn't have any... There's no benefit to doing that to her. That's just a denial play. So, we'll take the Ranger. That's wonderful. Oh, now there's a minor mile too. We're going to go here. Oh. Alright, we're starting to come together now. Minor mile. What do we want to copy? If we take a general store, we're going to get 2 berries. Could take a barge toad and get 2 sticks. The barge toad for 2 sticks might be alright, so I can play the clock tower. I can definitely now pull that one in for the queen. So we're coming together now. This is awesome. I've got 2 cheaper builds. Peddler, weird. Not going to get that one. I could go for that one. I'm not going to get that one. I could take that one right now. So I probably will. Anyone else got 3 of those? You've got 2. Yep, so I'm going to take the minor mole. I'm going to get some sticks. Going to get some sticks from this barge toad. Then I'm going to go here and take this cartographer's expedition. Actually, I might take this one first. Assuming someone else doesn't go for it. Yeah, Klein will probably take that. Here's a minor mole on the floor. Oh, Rach, I'm stealing this minor mole off you. Unlucky. Oh, fuck, I would love a school. Would love that school, actually. Wonder if I'll get that. If I can take that school, I will be doing so. That school is a very high value card for me right now, because I need 2 purples and I can achieve the Everdell games, so that is a high value card for me. School it is. The judge will disappear because someone's got a courthouse, so that's going to go straight away. So I'm going to click on the cartographers next. That is the right approach. So this is the one I'm aiming for. I now need 1 purple to get it. There's no purples in play. I don't have a single purple card. Anyone else close? 2 purples, 2 reds, 2 greens, 1 of those, 1 of those. All blues and greens. 1 red, 2 greens, 1 purple. Yeah, so if I can see a purple come into play, I'm a massive chance. Because I can build it immediately. Because I've got the dungeon. So this is my next action, but we just need to see a purple come in. Anyone got a... Look at this little squirrel. Hey, buddy. Hey. Hee 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 hee. Hee hee. Hee hee. I'm tickling you. Hee hee hee. Poke you in the eye. Oh, can we build a castle? I don't think we can build a castle. It's too expensive. Alright, I'm going to take that. While I can. It's good points. Hey, little man. Hee hee. Come on, Butcher. Yeah, so I'm going here as my next play, and then I'm going to bring the queen into play by eating him alive. So we'll go here. Points. Bring the queen into play by putting him in the dungeon, which is a very high value move. That does also open up this 3 grand tours if I needed. No one else has got it, so that's good. This guy may actually build a castle right now. Klein. Yep. That bard might get taken because there is a theatre, so we may see the bard go right now. He may actually do that anyway, just because that'll get him 2 of those brown cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then he just needs a blue. Wonder if he will do that. G'day all mates. Welcome buddy. I'm playing Everdell. I did some painting this morning and waiting for stuff to dry, so now I'm playing Everdell. This is an interesting... I do accept the raid, yes. Thank you. Interesting, he discarded something from his city. Alright. Oh, she's got a university as well. 1, 2. Yeah, she got none of those. Alright, so I'm going to play the queen by swallowing this postal pigeon, which now allows me to take that 3 reds as well. However, what we actually want to see is any purple card. Any purple card in the meadow, and I can play it straight away. Might have to swallow this minor mole, but that'd be worth it. Interesting. It's a game called Everdell, mate. It's a board game that they've turned into a computer game, which is pretty much the only computer games I play. This is a lovely little game, very relaxing. Okay. Should I... It's an interesting choice right now. Wizard's Hue plays the dungeon. Yeah, he's got 2 greens, he's got 2 purples, he's got 2 blues, he's got 2 reds, he just needs 1 more of those. So we will see if... Yeah, this is a tough call now because I don't know what the right play here is. Yeah, let's do this. Actually, great plan. Here you go, mate. Have 2 farms. Both universities are gone, so I can ditch those. There's the gatherer! That's it, that's all we needed! I play the gatherer and I'm in. And I get the Everdell games. Let's see. This guy is the only one who can get it before me, I think. Wizard's Hue. Let's see what he does. Let's see what he does. If he plays a brown, it's not worth going for. If he plays one of these cards. He did not. So we are through, I think. So we will just play her into that slot, which is good. And then we'll go take that off everyone's hands. Pleasure. Pleasure doing business with all of you. In you go. Sit in your farm. Nope. 1, 2, 1, 2. Nah, she's short. 1, 2. He just needs another brown. He's a maniac, maniac on the floor. Wizard's Hue will probably realise this now and regret his decisions, because I feel like he could have played this bard at any time. And he could have got us. It looks like your raid worked, All Might, because I see you raided with 9 raiders, so. Let's just take this 9-point baby right now. Hello, Everdell Games. I'm a wanderer, Yeah, I'm a wanderer. I wander around, 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 around. Yes. Hang on a second, why can't I take that one? What am I missing? Oh, I don't have a blue. Alright, we'll take a crane then. Why did I think I had a blue? Did I have a blue before? Oh well, crane's in. Alright, so we're gonna and this is I only got 3 cards left. Yeah, it's too late, Wizards Hugh. It's too late, mate. You're one step behind the big Danielson. One step behind. Always. Now. I have you now. Whee! 9 points for me. So, we'll take this clock tower with my crane. I would love to get this little one as well. This little grand tour. But I may not get a chance because I'm going to have a few cards to play before I'll get an opportunity to do that. So we're going to go for the palace. I want to bring the harvester in because that's worth good points. Wizards Hugh would be spewing about this situation because they were prime to take that at any juncture, and he just fucked about. Oh, here's a free teacher. I'll take a free teacher. Absolutely. Come and live in my school, teacher. One of the things that I sort of don't think about, but I do all the time, is just with games like this, I just memorize all of the relevant information, so I can tell you how many of each card is in the deck. So what I just did then was go over here and look and see there's 2 universities in play. There's only 2 universities in the deck. This doctor lives in the university. Hey Plank, so there's no point in me trying to keep this doctor to sit in a university for free. I would have to pay 4 berries for him. That's not a worthwhile investment in time for 4 berries. So I'm actually going to ditch him. Oh, a courthouse. Too late for you to have any value. There you go. Rach. So I'm going to ditch that doctor. He's no good to me. The only way I could play the doctor, so there's one card which is called the Evertree, which is this one over here, that lets you have any critter you want live in it. But there's higher value than the doctor that I would potentially use instead. So I'm going to build a clock tower now, which is going to allow me to utilize this a second time, which is great. And I do that by ditching my crane. And then we will prepare for season and see if we can jank this little grand tour as well. The university is my favourite card, actually. It's my favourite card. It lets you discard a card from your city and regain the resource cost. Which doesn't sound all that exciting, but for example, this dungeon, it has 2 rocks and a resin. But it allows you to take other cards away from your city and allow you to build something for 3 less. So the value is you build a postal pigeon for 2 berries. It gets you 0 victory points. You get to play a card for up to 3 for free. So you're getting whatever that resource is for free. Then you use the dungeon to put the critter inside to get another 3 resources for free. And then you use the dungeon or the university to discard the dungeon when it's full, and all of a sudden you get those 3 resources for the dungeon back, plus you get a victory point for doing so. It allows you to just create huge resource loops, which is what the game is actually about, which is really cool. What's my play here? Was I waiting on anything? No, it's a prepare for season now. Yes. Okay, I will use the clock tower there to get some free resources. I will get a teacher. I'll keep the ruins, I think. Yep, I like the ruins. Have a fucking storehouse. Still another teacher. Keeping a resin refinery. What of these do I want? I think we will go for this general store. I picked the wrong fucking general store. One of the ones with a farm in the city would have been better, didn't I? Anyway, I only needed 3, so it's fine. Now, our next play is going for this grand tour, which is wonderful. And it looks as though we're going to be able to do that comfortably. I have played Armello on my phone. Daz was raving about it. He thought it was awesome. That's good points to be gained there. All we need is a king now. The king's card, there's only 2 of them, so there's only been 1 played so far. He gets you extra victory points for each event you've achieved. So this person over here has achieved 4 bonus points from the king. I would also achieve 4 bonus points from the king, but didn't resonate with me, Armello. It seemed pretty cool, but yeah, didn't rustle my jimmies. Alright, so we've got a free play from the Queen. But there's no good options that I can see at the moment. This Undertaker being played might be nice though. We're going to ditch 3 of these cards now and get to pick 1 for free. Well, this guy is anyway. Yeah, it seemed okay, but I don't know, I just didn't like it all that much. Castle's going to disappear, that's a shame. So if we do see a king, I will play the king straight away. I've got the ability to do so. But I don't think we're going to see a king. We've only got 2 spots left in our city. I have not seen a fool played yet. So the fool, there's 2 in the deck. And they are -2 points, and they take up a slot in your city. No one's got a fairground, so no one gets a fool for free. But Wizard's Hue does have enough berries to play one. So there's a king. Thank you. I'll take the king. Yep, so we're going to swallow this minor mole because it's only worth 1 point. We're going to take the king. Outstanding. He should be worth 4 points. I should play the king. We've just opened ourselves up for the Wizard's Hue to play a fool on our city, which would not be ideal, but if it happens, it happens. Yes, 4 points. Correct. So now my goal is to try and fill up my city as quickly as possible to try and prevent a fool from being played, but I feel like this guy's going to play it anyway. I feel like it's going to happen on me right now. Because I have not seen a fool on the board, which means people are probably holding them in their hand, waiting for an opportune moment to strike. Which means the only card I'm going to get left in my city is the palace, which is fine. Let's see if he plays the fool on me right now. He is not. I might take that crane if Rach doesn't take it. Have you got a crane in your city already? No, Rach will take the crane. So I am going to... I'm going to play this harvester using my queen. That's a high value option because it gets me a free resource from his rules. And it also gets the card out of my hand. I'm then going to play the ruins onto the dungeon, which will give me 3 resources. And just fortunately, it's going to be the perfect resources I need for this palace. Anyone would think that was a fluke. It is not. It was played for and got. I expect we'll see a fool though. So if we don't see a fool, it's going to be a wonderful time. But I think because the dungeon slot's filled up. Jeepers, Klein's picked up some points, hasn't he? I fucking love it. Yeah, interesting how I choose to spend my last few workers now. It's going to depend on... Is he a common? Yeah, he's worth 2 points. So that's reasonable investment. Someone should actually put a fool in his fucking city, not mine. Ruins on the dungeon. See if we get a fool. Nah. Ooh, architects would have been nice. I wouldn't have minded that crane actually, but it's fine. Play the fool. Play the fool on Klein. Don't play it on me. I'm sure he's got one. He's got 8 cards and 6 berries. He's got to have a fucking fool up his sleeve. It's just getting us only 3 points. It's going to get us 8 points. It's going to take us to 64. Klein's City still has a slot. That's a shame. Wonder what to do. Common critters get me some good points here, so Historian's a unique critter. Yeah. There's a peddler, I suppose. I could bring a peddler in. Hey Rocket! How'd you go? How's your car?
Good, except some lady bumped it with her bag.
Did you?
She felt really bad about it.
Did you like? It's a new car, you fucking mug.
I don't really care. But I need to clean some poo off the bonnet because there's poo on it.
Okay.
From
Yeah.
a bird.
Yeah.
Not from me.
Yeah. You didn't. So you didn't drop a shit on your own car.
No, relax. It's from a bird.
Is there a sausage roll there?
Yeah.
Yes. Can I have it?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you still straightening?
Yes. Thank you. Sausage roll.
Where's my face today?
You're red. Your face is very red today. Yes.
Sweat was poured out of me and it was salty and it like smelled really bad. Look what I got.
Hey, buddy. Cool. Mate, you can't go past the sausage roll. This is a good sausage roll, actually.
Is it?
Where's that bakery?
Huh? Where
What
is
bakery is it?
it? Jacob's Bakery at Astley Central.
Good.
Just a plug for the bakery, is it?
There we go. He's got the fairgrounds for a free fool. And the problem is now,
Wow.
I've got no way to play a card in my city right now.
Wow.
I've got 4 workers left. If I go here 3 times at 6 points, that takes me to 70. And then I could go nowhere else.
Hey, buddy, do you want to go outside? Go out for a wee. Go out for a wee, buddy. Go.
Yeah.
Take a wee.
Alright.
Oh, go to the fly, kill it. Look, there it is. Where'd it go? You go to kill it for me, please.
Yeah. I'm going to expect that I'm not going to get a chance to play a card into my city because of the fool. So my strategy is to bring the Wanderer. Mm. And then the Wanderer will allow me to discard 2 times here. And then I'll go here. That's my highest value point. Going for a building would have been great, but there was no building I could play in one turn. So I think we'll see a full. And because that guy just played a city, or played a 15th card in his city, it can't be on him.
You get a fly?
He's worth 2 points because I have the school. He's a common critter. He gets me cards. Man, that crane, that's annoying. Actually, that's worth doing now. Awesome. All right, that crane's just saved my bacon. No fool. I should win this now. So good.
I had a headache when I came out this morning.
Yep, I think that crane appearing has just won me the game, friends. So we'll take that and we'll take that. It's worth 2 points. Any of them are worth 2. We'll get to play the crane for free. Oh, there's a fool right there. Well, unfortunately for Rach Butcher, I think she is going to get a fool played in her city now. That will be pretty unfortunate for her. Klein. Klein goes to 74. Jeepers. I reckon Klein might win this just by virtue of the number of objectives that he has. I feel like we might tie. Because I think I can get to 74 as well. Or maybe I can only get to 72. Interesting. The crane's actually worth 2 points to me as well. Fairgrounds is worth 4. Hey, buddy. What's happening? Do you want to come and say hello to everyone, buddy? Come here. Hey, everyone. I love having this cone on my head. It's my favourite thing.
It's definitely doing the trick though. He hasn't been trying to scratch his ear.
You're the best, buddy. It's so great having a cone, Dad.
Excuse me. You don't need to go outside, buddy. Well, it's a fly. You haven't killed it yet.
Can I get enough points? I don't think I can.
Do you want me to just put your food on the ground? Will that be easier for you? Okay. Done. Job done.
The fairgrounds would be so great, but I just don't have the resources.
Let's go with the van.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Hugo is not loving the cone. He's just got a little itchy ear. He just keeps scratching it, and although we can't see anything like wrong with it, it's probably just a
Well, there are scabs on it.
there's little scabs on it, so we just think it's itchy. Oh, I don't know what to do. So right now, my two options are go on a thing that generates resources, which allows me to build the fairgrounds,
Oh wow, hello.
or go and give up 2 cards and get 2 points, which leaves me 2 points short. The fairgrounds that I build will be worth 4 points, but to do so I'm giving up the crane, which is worth 2 points, so I'm going to go to 72. Both ways result in 72 points. I like the fairgrounds better because it gets me cards and maybe there's something I can get out of them. I don't think there's much difference. If I had an architect it would make a difference, but I don't. So we'll just play the fairgrounds. $72, too short. Alright, good one. Boo. Was that post office play in the last turn from that guy? Well done, well done. Alright friends, we won't raid because we're not doing Toy Soldier painting. I will see you tomorrow night, Party Monday. We will be finishing, probably finishing the base tomorrow, maybe. Or, don't know, we'll be doing something. We'll be doing something. Great, have a fantastic Sunday or Saturday night, wherever you are. Goodbye.